Hi everybody, welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. Today is a scrapbooking day. So if you aren't into scrapbooking, that's okay. You might still want to watch, only for the fact that if you're a card maker or if you do work in junk journals, you might get some little idea that you can incorporate on the front of a card or in your junk journal. This video, my scrapbooking videos, I've decided are going to be for beginners. And the reason I'm doing this is I recently received an email and I needed to purchase more tape for my advanced tape glider. And I found a great company, and I think they're in Milwaukee. And when I placed my order, I did a lot of research on who had the best pricing for the refills for the advanced tape glider. And I found this one, I believe it's called Ward-Kennedy. And they sell the packs of tape for $6.77. However, there is a however, and I thought I had, in case you're not familiar with what the refill, oh, my desk is a mess here. The scrapbook elves have moved everything around on me. But these come in, and I guess I threw it away. Yep, I got to go through my garbage, people. Here we go. They come in these packs here, okay? So you get two. This is an empty box, but two refills fit in here. And the refills, I love this tape because it lasts me forever, and I can just do so much with it, with my pages. It's a 1/4 inch by 36 yards. All right, so you get a total of 216 feet or 72 yards. And if you're not sure, this is how much you get, much more than if you are going to use one of those small little handheld ones that you see, maybe about the size of this. If you can see it here, this is the wheel that holds the tape in place. And this is great for big runs when you are scrapbooking. But I swear by this machine here. I love it. I've had it for many, many, many years, and it's never failed me or let me down. So getting back to ordering my refills, like I said, I believe the company is in. I'll leave a link in my description, but I believe it's called Ward-Kennedy. The only kicker is you have to buy a case, and you get 36 of these where you'll get 72 rolls. I'll use it. I had no problem even contemplating whether I would use all of this tape or not. As you can see, my twins are 26 years old now, and this is photos of my one son when he was a year old. So I'm going right back to day one, and I'm scrapping probably 95% of the photos. So I will definitely use all of this tape. But there's two reasons why I'm doing this for beginners. When I ordered the tape from Ward-Kennedy, I received my confirmation back, and saying, we've received your order. It will be here in 5 to 7 days. Thank you for thinking of our company. We appreciate it. Blah, blah, blah. Then in the next paragraph, I have to find it here. Yes. Hello, Barbara. Let's see. It's going to be shipped on such and such a date. I received this wonderful email back from the gal, and she says, thank you for your order, yada, yada, yada. I also wanted to say I am a fan of your YouTube channel, which I started giggling and I just was so shocked by this. I also wanted to say I'm a fan of your YouTube channel. I recently got into scrapbooking and came across your video on it. Really learned how to place my pictures onto pretty paper. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks. And the company is Ward Kennedy. And the gal that sent me my confirmation, her name is Karen. And, a couple weeks ago, I was scrapbooking with my daughter-in-law. She just did not know where to even start. She's doing photos of her and my son, Christmas photos, and she just, it's a little overwhelming to her, especially when she walks into my craft room and she sees I have so much. She just doesn't even really know where to start, how to place her photos, what she can, what she can't do, what papers to choose, what goes with what looks good with whatever, how to crop the photos. And I just thought that, this may be an old craft. It's not old to me. I think family is very important. And I just love documenting my boys' photos. I just think it's something very, very important to do for them. And I enjoy it immensely. I love going down memory lane. So early this morning, I got in here and I did these 2 pages here. This is of my one son. And I wasn't quite sure what to do. I wanted to use these papers, this paper here. I'm trying to use a few more bold papers. So what I did was, these are just circles. I opened up my Cricut. I have a Cricut machine and I made a template, and I knew I wanted to use these stickers. So I made a bunch of circles. I welded them together, cut them out, and then I used my Posco pen around here. I put the stickers on, and then I stitched on my sewing machine all around here. Now, I know in here it looks kind of like an orangey red, which is really weird, but this is a really deep, dark, real pretty, almost like a fire truck red. And it's funny how the lights change the color of it. And this to me is just a very plain, simple page. Celebrating today, happy life, and then this one here. These will go side by side in the book. And then this one, everyday life, where this is at my girlfriend's house in Syracuse, where Michael's just hiding behind some pillows. And then this one here, I really enjoy doing pages like this. And again, they're simple. They get the point across. I had more photos of Patrick here, and I was going to use them, and then I said, why? I mean, this is such a lovely focal picture. This just says it all. And again, you don't have to do a lot. You have your 12 by 12 here. You can cut a corresponding color down. This is just a very large sticker here that I put on, and then the little sweetheart sticker up here. And I just think that is a really pretty page. Again, you want to focus on the photos. And then this was another one that I had done of my son. Again, I wanted to continue to use these, and I just put here, remember moments. And these are just simple pages. You don't have to get crazy with them. But this one here, I wanted to do a little bit more. I'm going to show you the papers here. This is a dog's life, or a dog's tale. And this paper is all Echo Park, and I love Echo Park paper. I just think their quality is great. They're all double-sided, so you can use either side if you want. And I wanted to work with this one because I did want to put all of the photos, these 3 photos on here. And I wanted to have an inside paper. I just didn't want to put these on this plaid paper here. I wanted an inside photo showing a relatedness to a dog. And then I added a little footnote here that I cut out. I'll show you that. And then I have stickers, and this just says Rough Life. So sometimes it's kind of hard to fit 3 larger pictures on a smaller canvas here. And that's what I want to work with you today. And normally when I do my boys' pages, they're identical, all right? If I have the same pictures, so this is, you know, I'm sure if you have twins and you scrapbook or whatever, twins like to have the same thing. Even with them at this age now, they still want these books. They want me to try to make them as identical as I can. This one, however, I do not have duplicate sheets of this paper because it just came in one big kit. So I have to change I have to change the second set up because I don't have this paper, and I don't have this paper, and I don't have that. So I figured while I was working on this, I would do a video and show you how I choose my papers, what you should think of, how you can crop your photos. I have a nice cup of coffee here. It's a nice sunny, I say it's a nice Sunday afternoon. And is it nice? It's nice inside my craft room. It's miserable outside. It's cold. It's about 32 degrees. It's cloudy. And I just figured it would be a good day to get some of this. I devoted my weekends to family, whether it's, you know, my husband and I went to dinner last night with friends. The kids are coming over later today, and I just want to devote and dedicate my weekends to scrapbooking photos of my boys, because I really, 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 really want to get as much scrapbooking done as I can this year. I need to get a handle on it. So this is done. And this is the background. I'm going to show you all of the paper that comes with this. It's called A Dog's Tale Echo Park paper. I don't know if they still have it. I'm sure they do. And I did purchase this, I believe, on scrapbooking.com. And I'm just going to show you this here. This is the front of it. So this is the paper. This is the pack that I got. So it obviously came in a pack. So it says 12 by 12 double-sided papers. So you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so it's a flip-flop. So obviously there's 6 papers maybe, and it's just flip-flopped. I don't know. Got this here. I'm just going to show you what comes in the kit. And this paper here. And I think there's 2 things of stickers. I kind of have everything all over the place. All right. So I'm going to set Patrick aside and Michael. So this is called A Dog's Tale Dog House. Oh, so you see this side here, it has all dog houses on it. And then this is plain on this side here. These are our stickers. We'll look at these after. And then this here, I always call this a Swiss dot. Right here we have the dogs here. This one here is titled Puppy Play. So it has bones on this side, and then the puppies over here with different items. Leashes, bowls, grooming. Okay, we have this here so you can use as borders. And this one is called Border Stripes. Strips. Stripes? Strips. Strips. There's no E, right? So we have paws on this side, and then we have the strips there. And we have these here. And then this one is Rough Life. So this is a really nice plaid. And then the dogs on the side. This one here, journaling cards, so striped, and then you have journaling cards here. And there's some nice ones, really cute ones on here. This is stickers again. And then this one here is titled Go Fetch. And it's got the tags, combs. This one definitely looks more grooming. Scissors, combs, brushes. And then this one here, I'm not sure what this was because I cut it off. This might be words or something. Paws down, rough, good dog, furry friend. This is the side that I want to use. So these are the papers. And then these are the journaling cards, ones here. Although these aren't really journaling cards because they do have a back on them. But you get this lot here, which I think is quite fun. And then you get the smaller ones here. Oh, this is the other one that I think I just showed you. Then you get the smaller ones right here. So you get a sheet of these, and I've already used, I used one of them. So this is a furry friend, okay? And then this one here is the wee wee. All right. So you get that set of them. So these are what, maybe 3x5? Not even that. 2x4, 3x4. Terrible here. These are 3x4. And then these are 4x4. Okay. So I will be setting these aside. So this is where if I have two of everything, papers and stickers, I can get scrapbooking done very fast because once I get my first page done, if I'm doing it, obviously I'm doing it for my boys, then it's like mass producing. I just get it all done, slap it down, and then I move on to the next set of pictures. So these are going to be, well, you could always use these. But I want to save these because down the road, because we had Springer Spaniels at one time too, and I have a lot of pictures of Strider and Katie that I want to do. So those will be set aside. Then you have these small little stickers, which are really cute. And they pretty much have the same sayings as the journaling cards. And as you can see, they come in all different shapes. So you could make a nice, sweet little collage with these. Here's a little side strip. And I will set those aside. So when I pull papers, and again, this is how I roll. And I think this is a really good tip when you start scrapbooking. All right. Get your papers or your paper sets or whatever you're thinking about using. Obviously, I'm thinking about using these. So I'm going to set all of these aside. And the one thing I do know is I want to use this as my base. All right, so that's a given. So get your base paper if you want to use more than one photo. Or I mean more than one paper. Get your base paper set at least, okay? And these are the pictures. Now, obviously, if I was using these 3 pictures on a normal piece of paper, they would all fit. Now, a lot of times, this is how I look at it. I want to just make sure that I feature my boys and Katie down here. I don't care about a lot of the background here, all right? It is important because I've remodeled the house and we no longer have wallpaper and such. It's important to me. We have a beautiful hardwood door here now that it's got a big plate of glass in it. But it's important to me for the boys to see, wow, that's what the house used to look like, or, oh, I remember that wallpaper. But I don't need it all. They'll get the gist of it. So for many, many years, I was really afraid to crop my photos. I thought I had to use the whole photo on a paper, on a page, and then it wasn't until I started going to crops that I saw a lot of people cropping their photos. And I think that's really important. You can still, this is a 4x6, but as you can see, I've already cut it down a little bit. I'm going to cut it down even more, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to crop this down. I still want this little bit of ledge here so we know it's a window, okay? Because this here will let my boys know that this is a section of the laundry room, okay? Because I don't want them down the road to say, where was that? Was that our house? Or, yeah, there's the window in the laundry room. So I've cropped that down there. This one here, I'm going to crop this on the bottom a little bit. I don't need all of this stone here, but I want to make sure I don't want Patrick's feet to be cut off, and I really don't want Katie's crate to be cut off either. They had little beds, but we had put Strider down. He was 15, and I wanted to keep Katie around. I mean, I was hoping Katie would live a year after Strider, but she got very sick, and we had to keep her outside of the bed because if she did get sick, for her, you know, getting sick on the stone, it was much easier to clean up and take care of her. So we left her. They had really cute little dens. It was a cubby hole, and they could go in under there, but I closed that off, and I put her out in the hallway here. And the boys would go in and play with her and spend time. She was sick here. She didn't last much longer, the poor baby. And I think that's a lot of it is, you know, she had a lifelong partner in Strider. And once he was gone, it was sad. She didn't really, she didn't last too much longer. Poor little thing. Okay. All right, so I have these cut down. So the next thing that is important to me is how I want to mat these photos. So you can mat them one of two ways. I have, and I've purchased these over the years. This you can purchase, this style. I used to take 12 by 12 pieces of paper, or 8.5 and 11, and I would cut them down. This looks like a card. Oh, I obviously was going to make a card out of that, stamped inside. But then I said it's a waste of paper. So you can buy these. These are, I think, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And these are great if you have a 4x6 photo and you can just put it on, and then you don't have to cut your other papers. So look for these as well. I don't know if Amazon sells them, but I always get these at Hobby Lobby. So I want to double mat these like I did my other ones. And I want to double mat them like this. All right. This is how I want them. So I'm not going to, I will double mat them, but I'm not going to double mat them just yet. I want to get, so we have this going on, okay? So if you're going to have your inside paper, think of a color that you want to use. Now, because I used the yellow here, I wanted to keep it bright and clean because of the boys' sweatshirts, all right? I didn't want anything too dark. And again, I had to match something up that went with the yellow. So I thought this was the best choice. And again, it shows all the little dogs through here. This one, however, this obviously, I originally was going to use, I'll show you what I was going to use. And that was the blue Swiss dot. I can pull it out here. I was originally going to use the blue Swiss dot and then put this down. Then I thought, after I had done this one, I said, I think this is too plain. I would really like to do something with dogs or whatever behind this, but because it's brown, I like brown and blue together. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this aside over here. And well, this is way too busy, and I wouldn't want these houses behind here. Okay, so this I am casting aside. The next one is this one here, but I don't know. I think this might be too busy. I'm just not that crazy about it. I like the blue, but I'm having second thoughts because now I'm wondering maybe it's going to be too dark. I'm not going to rule it out, all right? But I'm going to set it aside over here. Well, I know I'm not going to use this because I want to keep these here to cut out and use for borders down the road. So that's going to go over here with the stickers and the other things. Now this one here, this is a light blue. And again, I like the blue and the brown, but I think that the dogs might be too far separated or too far apart from each other, because it almost looks like if I were to move this over here, it would kind of be like this is all empty here. It's just empty space, and then I've got a couple little puppies sticking out over here. So this one, no, I don't want to use that. So this one here, obviously I'm not going to use stripes. So then we have the white background, but this is like all grooming. And if I put this on here like this, and I put this over here like that, I do like this because it is the white background. And again, because the boys have white sweatshirts on, this might be the one that would work best. And on this one here, again, but I don't know, it's not so much about the grooming, it's about the dog and the boys. But I have this one as well. Now I know there's nothing on it. But I want to try it. And when I'm scrapping, I do this much quicker. It's not, today is like a tutorial and a help. So it's taking a little bit longer. So you understand what to look for, what not to look for. Now this here, we have that. And again, there's nothing on the background of this one. All right. However, I do have my borders where I could cut something and just put it on the bottom, and I could put it on the top. That would add a little pizzazz to the background, and I think this white would work just fine. All right, so that's my thought there. Then I want to look for a card. And where am I? I want the where are they? I don't want the bigger ones. I want the smaller cards. And what did you do with them, Barbie? Bear with me. Huh. That's odd. These things are dropping down off of the floor here. All right, let me just pause this a minute because I don't know where those, oh, silly me, it's underneath my cutter. I want to use one of these. I'm thinking maybe this is really cute, the Furry Friend, again because it has the coordinating colors, and I could actually put maybe a border over that, and we'll use a sticker. So I think this is going to be my choice right here. So let's get, I think this will work out just fine. So let us get these. I'm going to get these mounted. I'll do one to show you, and then I will go off camera. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to cut this down. So what I find best is if you have a 12 by 12, I'm moving my coffee so I don't spill it, because I've done that before. If you have a 12 by 12, I like to cut the papers down to 10.5 by 10.5. And I think that leaves a nice little border around for your background. And my cutter only goes to right here, 9 inches, 10. It says 12 here, but that's not how it works. So I take that off because when I flip it, it doesn't, I can't fit it in my cutter. So what I do is I will flip this over, and I just mark it where the 10.5 inch mark is. I'll do it on this side so you can see. So we've got, I'm going to move this in. So I have 10.5 here, okay, right there. And then, am I still in view here? Yeah, I'm still in view. And then I have 10.5 here, okay? So I'm first going to take this bottom one off, because if I take this one off, then that is going to, I'm going to lose it. So we're going to take this off here, and look at that, the sun just came out. All right, so we've got 10.5 here. Don't throw these away because you can use them for other things. Throw your strips away. And here is our other 10.5. And another strip. All right. Okay, so see how that leaves a very nice border around that paper there. And I think for this one, because it is white, I'm going to distress, just going to put a little tiny bit of ink, not going to overdo it like you would in a junk journal or anything. That's why I'm going kind of like down the paper instead of across it. Okay. All right. It doesn't make a big difference, but it does make a difference. All right. So I'm going to get this right down. And that's one less step that I have to do. All right. And then just try to line it up as best you can. I just kind of look at the bottom, and how I line my paper up is so there's a diamond plus a half, and then I got a full diamond down here. Just want that little bit of a tip, and then I look kind of eyeball the sides. And I just look at these little diamonds here. I'm pretty good at eyeballing this stuff. So, okay, so here's the paper that I'm going to be putting my photos on. So we're going to use that. We'll set that there. So, I've been doing this a long time. So I'm pretty good, like I said, at eyeballing when I have to make cuts and such. Although I'm not very good at eyeballing that, am I? And I have a nice little cutter by Creative Memories, and I just find that this is my second one that I've had, and I just really like these, and I'll tell you why. When I don't know if you can see here, you might not be able to see. Maybe if I put a piece of paper under here. Okay, maybe here. I'll lift it up and see. On this cutter here, you can see it here. On this cutter here, this is why I like this. You have this pad right here, okay? It's kind of rough. And there's a line right here. If you follow this line, you put your paper, say I wanted to cut this. You want to put your paper or your photo right here. You want to line it right up with that. It's going to give you this little tiny border around here. You'll see. And that's what I do, all right? There's little tips and tricks that you can do. There's different markings you can find on your cutter. And if you stick with those little areas that work for you, and it's always kind of hard when I have my blinds open to see. I'm actually lining this up, this part of the picture, with this edge here. And then it's pretty much, well, I got to do a little bit better than that, huh, Barbie? It pretty much will come out the same width as around. It's just kind of hard to show you here. But again, if you have a cutter that you like, and this is for beginners and you're just starting out, look for those little spots, plate spots, or you don't always have to go by your inches or quarter inch or whatever up at the top. I very rarely use these unless I'm doing a specific, 3-inch cut or whatever. And I just kind of eyeball everything. And again, I know where my marks are. So it always works out pretty good for me. And if it doesn't, you can just take your paper off and your photo and start again. That's why it's important, I think, to use tape. And this tape is lignin free and acid free, so it won't damage your photos. So I'm going to get these other 2 photos mounted, and then we will be back and we'll do our layout. So I have the photos matted. All right, there's the 3. And I want to do the same layout as I did on the first one. So I'm just going to take this, set this aside over here, and I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did, because I know that they fit and they go really well together, and I'm not going to try to reinvent the wheel. All right, So I just need to move this up a little bit because I want Patrick's little foot there. I can take this one even and move this a little bit down like that, all right? But I don't want that like that. So I'm going to do, I will come down a little. And his foot isn't really going to be able to show. Don't like to cut people. There we go. There. We'll do it like that. There. Just like that. Okay? And that's good. And then I want to put the furry friend here. I just did a little outline around that, but I want to put the furry friend there. And I had mentioned before, and I want to give you a little tip. I had mentioned before that because this is white paper in the background, there's no dogs and such, that I might take something like this, one of these, and put it on the backdrop, just so there's something related to dogs. So, but before I cut, because I'm really particular, I don't like to cut my paper unless I have to, and this is a good tip. So remember these scraps I told you to hang on to, these pieces that were cut? What you can do, and I will see if I want to put something behind here. I'm going to hold my photos, and I'm going to slide this behind, because it doesn't matter that this has this on it. It doesn't really matter if it has wording, I don't think, or whatever. The point being that there's something behind the photos, and I don't like it, and I'll tell you why. And I'm glad that I didn't cut my papers over here. I don't like it because my whole point of having this back paper be kind of like the frame for it, it's gone. And it kind of is like these photos are just like, they're not being bordered, or they're not being, what do I want to say? They're no longer being focused. They're being focused. So I'm glad that I didn't cut, because you can cut these all day long. You can cut all these and keep sliding behind the photos. You're going to get the same result. So I'm glad that I didn't do that. So now I'm going to put these down. And another tip, it's kind of like when you do collage work. I have everything set where I like it. I'm going to hold these two pictures here and take this one, and I'll put my tape on it. And I will slide it right back in underneath here, and I'll get it positioned. All right. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this. Now this corner is going to be overlapping this photo. All right. I'm not going to put any tape in this corner because I don't like to put tape on my pictures. So this is the corner that will not have any tape. So I'm just going to stick my fingers there. And I will bring my tape down to about here. And I'll bring my tape right about here. So there's no tape right here to interfere with that photo. And then I can get his little feet positioned. And that one will go there. And then again, this one will be here. And I do not want any tape up on here. So I'll just make a mental note where that is. So it's across from this. And so see, there's no tape there, and I'll just put this here like that. There. And then that way, see, it's not stuck to the photo here. I don't like sticking things to my photos in case they come off or whatever. I don't want to ruin the picture. And then we have our little furry friends, and I want to do, keep your scraps, or take a scrap here. You can put, these are nice to put stickers on, all right, like I did in the other one. And because I have 2 sheets of these, I want to do the same rough life sticker on this son's photo or badge. So again, this is where you want to, I don't want to cut this down. I want to be able to tuck this in, and I want to be able to line it up with this here, all right? So I'm not going to put any tape on this side. You kind of make like a little pocket like you do if you make junk journals. So we'll put that there like that. All right. Now we have this whole side here. If you all of a sudden you decided you wanted to put it up here, you can do that. Or you have it down low or in the middle, wherever you decide you'd like to put it. All right. I think I'm going to put this a little bit lower because I just want to fill that space a little bit. So I'm going to set that there, and I'm going to pull the sticker, and I'm going to center that sticker. If I can find my tweezers. I may not. Oh, here they are. And I'm going to put that, so that's on the edge. And we're going to center this right about here, okay? So then that way we can put our tape on this. You don't have to tape the whole thing, because remember, you want to slide this through and you want to keep it where it's not going to get stuck. And then this is about where I want it. I'm just going to line that up with my paper here, if I can. And then we'll just attach that down. And then we have our finished page. So even though you have larger photos and you have 3, I think it still makes a lovely layout. It's not, I don't think it's complicated. They're both, again, if you have, I think they're both wonderful pages. I do like the dogs here, and I like the plane here. So, yeah, that is it. And I really hope you like this little tutorial. I will be doing more scrapbooking pages. I will create a playlist called Scrapbooking. So if you are interested, you can go to that playlist and take a look as to what is up there. And again, these scrapbooking videos are going to be simple. They're going to be basic. They're basically to help you understand when to cut a photo, when to keep just one, have one photo on a page, how to do multiple photos. You don't have to get crazy with all the embellishments. And, I gave my daughter-in-law some books, scrapbooking magazines, and I'm like, here, Mata, take a look at these and you can make pages. She was just so overwhelmed. She was, I don't understand it. I don't even know how to start. I don't get it. I don't know what stickers to use. And she has a lot. And I get her frustration. It was a few weeks ago that she came and we sat at my craft desk for a whole day. And I learned a lot about what she was having trouble with. And I just figured that, and then after I got the sweet little message from Karen at Ward Kennedy, I said, I think it would be a really good idea to do some scrapbooking for beginners. And I know there's a lot of scrapbooking videos out there, but I don't know if there's any for beginners. And sometimes people think a beginner can grasp a lot more. I don't want to say that they can grasp a lot more when they start out, but they can't. I think it can be very overwhelming for people. So again, these videos are going to be pretty basic, simple, When I have simple pages, that's what I'm going to do. If you want something fancier, more detailed, more involved, like I said, there's a lot of other scrapbooking videos out there that they get crazy with all their Cricut and everything else. I don't want to go down that road. I really want to help people get started, because I think it is important for you to document your memories and your children's photos and grandparents and such. So with all that being said, I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you like the diversity that I'm putting up on my channel. I do a lot of different things. I enjoy playing with paper, and I appreciate you being here. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe for all of my Patreon. Thank you. I appreciate you very much. You are a big part of my community, and you're extending yourself a little bit further into my world. And for everyone that has helped me build my channel, all my subscribers, I couldn't do this without you. I appreciate you so much. I love your comments. I'm just so happy that you are enjoying everything that I'm putting up. So I want everyone to have a wonderful day. I don't know if you're watching this at night or in the morning. Doesn't matter. As long as you're watching, that's what's important. And I just appreciate you all, and have a really, really, really great week. And thanks again, everybody, and I will see you down the road. Alrighty, bye-bye.